Hi guys, I want to talk to you a little bit more about the if-else statement and when to use it, when not, and a couple little tidbits about the intricacies of the if-else. First thing is, when you see in your textbook the conditional operator right here, don't worry about that. We're not going to cover that, so it's not a big deal if you don't get it. You don't need that. You don't need an AP, so don't worry about it. Next thing is if else. It seems like you guys have already used it a bunch and you're getting more used to it, which is great. So I'm going to jump a little bit forward and the basic if else. So for instance, if I were to, I'll create a new text edit file here for you guys. If I were to just say if x is greater than 4, something like this, then do something. You guys have already gotten that, and you should feel comfortable with that relatively, so that's easier. Actually, let me make my, I wonder if I can make my my writing a lot bigger. Maybe I don't know how to do that. Oh well, but the next step is Boolean variables. So you guys have seen declarations like int x equals 5, something like that, and then you use x below. Well, there's also Boolean variables. Booleans are either true or false. So I can create Boolean is there, something like that. And I can say that is true. Okay. If later on down in my code I want to change it, I would say is there equals false. That is essentially the same thing as doing something like x now equals 5. You're using the variable and you're setting it to a value. So is there is either true or false. Right now it is false in my code because I initialized it to true and then I made it false. But how it relates to if else is that when you have an if statement, this is called the Boolean clause or something like that. And inside here in the if is some sort of Boolean evaluation, meaning whatever's inside the parentheses will evaluate to either true or false. So if you have x is greater than 5, it either is or isn't. The same way, a Boolean either is or isn't true. So essentially, if is there equals true, then do something. And I'll comment in here. I'll just tab it in, do something, right? It doesn't matter what I write below. It's just a matter of the if else. However, this code right here, is there equals true. Never ever write that, okay? I'm going to show you the better way to do it. Never ever write equals true for Booleans. When you have Booleans inside here, you write if is there. That means in Java, that means if is there is true. Whenever you have Booleans in there, you write it like that. If I want to say if is there is false, I'd write if not is there. That means if is there is false, then do something. And those get a little tricky as you're using Booleans, but that's it. If there is true or is there is false. Now if I have two Booleans, Boolean needs help. I have no idea what these are. I'm just making these up. I'll say true. I will erase this code. So is there is true and needs help is true. I can go back in here and say if, I'm going to erase my not, so that's a little hard to see anyway. I can say if is there and needs help. That means if is there is true and needs help is true, then I do something. If both of those aren't true, then I don't do whatever is in the do something. I could say if is there and not needs help. So that means if is there is true and needs help is false. So these are just ways of sticking Booleans inside an if else and figuring out what to do after that. Now never ever use equals true or if is there equals false. It might work in your code. Don't do it. Bad juju. Don't do it. So that's it. But for ints, you always write if x equals 4, something like that. And that's it. Good luck.